Hello once again, everyone. Original Blood Ice back again. This time, we're discussing the JigglyPuff Amiibo. As you know, it is a Target exclusive. Now, much like the Rosalina Amiibo, we in Canada, us Canadians, were screwed over initially when they were revealed to be Target exclusive, and we don't have Targets. Our stores closed because they were pathetic and charging us way more than anywhere else, and they were just completely fucking stupid. Then Nintendo said, don't worry, Canadians, Rosalina will be coming everywhere, and I did manage to luckily get a hold of one, because of that time when I was in my EB games, just randomly chose to be there, and the manager was like, hey, we randomly have 4 Rosalina Amiibos in the back, you want one? And I was like, hell yes. But anyway, this rant video is on the JigglyPuff Amiibo, as well as a little bit of a Nintendo rant, mainly Nintendo customer service this time. So I decided, like, Jigglypuff is one of the Amiibos that I really want. Jigglypuff's always been one of my favorite Smash Bros. Characters ever since the original. And, again, we in Canada do not have Target. And it's not even Target stores. It's Target online only. Now, the Target.ca website, which I don't even know if it still fucking exists, since what would be the point since Target doesn't exist in Canada anymore via stores, but the Target.ca website was useless beyond comprehension to the point where it was only a flyer. You wouldn't even be able to search anything. There was no search feature. There was no signing in with an account. There was no making an account. It was like a flyer for like 10 items, and that was it. And so I decided, I tried emailing Nintendo to see if they would reply, just their customer service thing about the Jigglypuff Amiibo in Canada, and I got no response. It's been like 5 days, no fucking response. My god, has their customer service fallen so goddamn bad. I wonder where that poor Brian guy was, because he was the only good guy. Anyway, so I phoned Nintendo just before doing this video, and the person I talked to, I got put on hold for nearly 10 minutes, and you know what he said after the 10 minutes? Guess what he said? It's Target online exclusive, and you'd have to order it online and go to the States to pick it up. Really? Really? He said they might be willing to ship it, but really? How can I do that? I can't. You want me to go there to the American website, make an account for that, pay extra anyway, just to get it shipped there when they're already sold out in the States? No. How about Canada's shipment? Why does Canada get screwed? Now, it's not confirmed that this is going to be, you know, how it is forever. It could be it, like Rosalina, where later on Nintendo says for Canada, blah, 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 and I really fucking hope so. But how useless is your customer service when you say, oh, let me go check, I'll be back in a few minutes. 10 minutes later, he comes back, yeah, well, you can only pre-order it through the American version, and you'd have to go to the States to pick it up. You're telling me shit I already know. How stupid and pointless is that? Now, granted, you probably don't know anything yourself, Mr. Customer Service Guy. So I can't fault you on that, but what you could have done was transfer me to someone who actually did know, or had some inclination as to what would happen. It's just absolutely ludicrous, the Amiibo craze. I'm not even against Amiibos. I like Amiibos. They're fucking addicting as hell. Why couldn't it have been an Amiibo that I don't really care about? Like the Greninja one, which is Toys R Us, so while there's a chance I could get it, I talked to my Toys R Us also, and they were saying that they aren't doing pre-orders for it. It'll be like first come, first serve, or at least they haven't decided to do pre-orders yet. And so he told me to call back next week. But anyway, I could live without Greninja. I want frickin' Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is awesome. And it's just so bullshit how many times Nintendo chooses to fuck up with Amiibos, and then to personally, how many times has Nintendo fucked up Canada? Remember there was like that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze challenge, or not challenge, contest thing, that was kind of a little nod towards Nintendo, or to Canada, and then there was the, what was it? There was that, it was like a Nintendo Direct where Reggie was talking about maple syrup, and he did like a Smash Bros. Tournament something or other, I forget what the fuck it was. It's just sad. Nintendo just... I mean, even in Japan, the Amiibos are brutally hard to get, even Sakurai himself. So it's like, if you're not even going to play favorites to your own damn country, Nintendo, to Japan, and then, the United States would probably be the second, then what chance does Canada have? Did we even ever have a chance to be a person who wants to collect any of these amiibos, or like all of them? I don't know if there's going to be a single Canadian who ends up getting every single amiibo. Because I don't know if that's going to be possible unless we decided to pay like $100 online for some scalper in the States. And that would be even more money because they'd be like, oh, this guy in Canada, like I scalped it in the States, and this guy in Canada is going to pay me this much more? Ho ho! You're basically handing over the Jigglypuff Amiibos as hostages in the States to be, bartered with for Canadians. And it's ridiculous. It's a pink fluff ball. That's all Jigglypuff is. A pink, light, flying, fairy puffball. And I want one. But seriously, these amiibos need a better... what's the word? A better direction. They need... get rid of the store exclusives. Nobody wins that way, Nintendo. Do you win when you only send, 15 of these amiibos to one type of store in a city? No. If you sold them, 15 to 20 of them in the first batch to every goddamn store in every city, then you'd make more money. But no, Nintendo doesn't want money, because the money they do want is from YouTubers, and with all their Mario Party 10 bullshit, and the fact that they want to, get money from the mobile market, and stuff like this. Like, Nintendo's all over the damn board. They don't know what they're doing. Or it's like they're forgetting about the stuff that they already planned to make, and then they end up, halting the production, and they only make they only make a small portion of what they wanted to make originally. It's like Nintendo's procrastinating or something. It's ridiculous. I want a damn Jigglypuff Amiibo. And this is kind of like the Toad thing, even though, luckily, again, I got Toad. And speaking of my EB Games, I forgot to mention this before. One of the manager was telling me one of his employees there is a huge Jigglypuff fan. And he doesn't even really collect the Amiibos, but Jigglypuff is the one that he absolutely wants. And store employees are not supposed to be able to pre-order them or get them anyway, unless they are off the clock. They can't give themselves any special treatment. Although if somehow Jigglypuff, it does turn out to be like Rosalina, the manager says he's going to set one aside for that employee because he's been busting his ass off and everything, which I'm fine with. But I was just like, oh, you got to do that for me too, man. But seriously, Jigglypuff Amiibo, come on, I want one. Everyone wants one. If you don't want a Jigglypuff Amiibo, then you're not a friendly person. I don't know, it makes no sense. Either way, Nintendo, I am very unhappy with the way the Jigglypuff Amiibo has been handled. Because all of Canada, if you're a Canadian fan of mine, and you have any insight, any knowledge of, any whisperings about us getting a Jigglypuff Amiibo, let me know. Please. I beg of you. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. I'm Original Bloodies. As always, stay tuned! More videos coming soon. As always.